targeted school attacks frequently occur after we've had a absence. We know that COVID has given many students and schools the longest break in attendance they've ever had.
Tony Montalto lost his daughter Gina 3 years ago when a former student killed 17 people and wounded 17 more at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland, Florida.
Gina was my forever 14-year-old daughter.
Today, with millions of kids learning virtually and not in the classroom, some students lost their support network and mental health services.
Some students, sadly, have not been in a nurturing and comfortable environment through the crisis as they learn from home.
The new Secret Service report said students who plotted attacks shared many similarities with students who carried out violent attacks. They had histories of school discipline and contact with law enforcement. They experienced bullying or had mental health issues and used drugs or alcohol. The report concluded school violence is preventable when communities identify warning signs and intervene.
Early intervention is key.
Dr. Lena Alathari and her team at the Secret Service analyzed nearly 70 plots that were reported and averted between 2006 and 2018. Classmates were among the first to observe the warning signs.
In this report, we've seen that students were the most positioned to come forward with this information.
After the 1999 Columbine shooting, the Secret Service studied school safety.
The attacks that we studied in averting targeted school violence were really serious in nature. If you look at how far they got in their planning and the situation, this really could have presented serious harm.
The Parkland shooter had a long history of emotional and disciplinary problems. Montalto is now president of Stand with Parkland, a group pushing for school safety and gun reforms. Were a lot of warning signs missed?
Yes, many warning signs were missed. There were over 40 interactions with him and the local law enforcement. Everybody knew what a danger he was.
The report identified other concerning behaviors, including an interest in violent or hate-filled topics and a fixation on mass shootings like Columbine. Montalto says his daughter would have been graduating, part of the class of 2021. Their family has channeled its grief into action.
It doesn't lessen the pain, but allows us an avenue to work through and something to work towards, rather than possibly dwell in our grief constantly.
The Secret Service tells CBS News that every school is different and needs a plan that meets its unique needs. The new report is a starting point. Adriana.
Catherine, thank you. This is just heartbreaking. I mean, we covered Parkland so extensively, and then the reaction after, school spending millions of dollars on bulletproof glass and bunkers in classrooms. But really, it's if you see something, say something, and that's most effective. Students speaking up that are saving lives.
And first, thank you to Tony Montalto, because you, as a parent, you just can't imagine the grief that he's feeling, but to figure out a way to try to channel that into something. But, you know, kids are so, I don't want to tell on anybody. Yeah. We have to get rid of that. I don't want to tell. Now's the time to tell. You can no longer take it lightly when somebody says, I'm mad and I'm going to do something.
Exactly. Hopefully kids are learning that.
Yeah.